Hello friends, it's one of the most unique and heart-touching stories ever told. A must-watch film where love brings a zombie back to life. The film begins by showing a man who appears to have turned into a zombie. He still has thoughts and feelings a bit like a normal human. This zombie's name is R, and he can only remember the first letters of his name. He can't remember his family, his job, or even his past life. However, there is still one thing he remembers, and that is a few moments before he turned into a zombie. He still remembers some of the people he met at the airport. At that moment, everyone in the airport has turned into zombies, and there are even zombies who have evolved into evil zombies. Those evil zombies are referred to as bonies. They are the zombies whose hearts have fallen into darkness because they have lost all sense of hope and emotion. But R doesn't want to be like them because he still has feelings and hopes to be able to live his life as a normal human again. During his time as a zombie, he lives in an airplane, and he spends much of his time listening to music. At the airport, R also has a zombie friend named M. The two of them can sometimes communicate with each other, even if it's just a few words. One day, R and the other zombies will make their way to the city to find food, which will be humans. Despite the fact that he is still conscious, he still has a hunger for human meat. Moreover, the separation wall works as a physical barrier between the worlds of humans and zombies. Humans, on the other hand, are now living within the separation wall they have built. A group of young people named Julie, Nora, Perry, and the others are gathered. Julie and Perry are a couple, and they'll all be assigned to collect medicines from a hospital in the city. Before they leave the border wall, they are given direction and motivation by a man, Colonel Grigio, Julie's father. According to the colonel, these zombies have the appearance of humans but are unable to think, do not bleed, and do not have feelings. But they have to be more careful with skull-shaped zombies, as these zombies are fast and deadly. We can see that Julie and her boyfriend don't have a good relationship. Armed with the information they had been given, they set out for the city. The zombies, who are hunting for food, suddenly get a whiff of a human and walk right into the hospital building. Inside the hospital, Julie and the others are gathering the medicines. Nora is startled when she hears a noise outside, and Julie tells her and the others to get out of there as soon as possible. But Perry refuses because they still have a mission to complete. Not long after, the zombies burst through the door and attack them right away. When they are fighting each other, R suddenly falls in love at first sight when he sees a figure of Julie who looks badass when she slaughters his zombie friends. Therefore he goes straight to her, but is stopped by Perry, who then shoots him. R then kills Perry. He immediately bites him and finishes him off. R turns out to be different from the other zombies because every human brain he eats allows him to see the past memories of the human. As a result, he can feel how beautiful it is to live as a normal human being. In addition, R notices the person he killed had a romantic relationship with Julie. R then keeps part of Perry's brain in his pocket. Following that, he tries to approach Julie, but Julie looks very scared because she thinks that it is the end of her life. R, who knows that another zombie will target Julie, smears the blood from Perry's brain on Julie's face. After that, he takes Julie with him to where he lived, which is on the plane. Julie has no choice but to simply follow his orders for her own safety. Nora, who sees this, can only stare in fear. The other zombies are unable to detect that Julie is human because of the disguise made by R. Julie is taken to the airport and hidden in R's home plane. When R notices that Julie is crying and scared, he gives her some space so she can calm down and not be afraid of him anymore. Since he wants to get to know Julie better, he tries to eat Perry's brain again. R looks back at all of the memories that Perry had. Inside his memory, R sees Perry and Julie were having dinner together. Julie's father forbade Perry to participate in the construction of the separation wall with Perry's father. But Perry was still worried about his father, so he went to the construction site. They had to pass a secret passageway to get out of the parapet. When he got there, it turned out that Perry's father had become a zombie. At a point when they were about to be attacked, Julie was forced to shoot Perry's father in the head, causing him to die on the spot. From Perry's brain memories, R now understands why Julie is so afraid of him. R then returns to Julie and tries to get closer with her by covering her with a blanket. He also plays music so that Julie would not cry and be scared of him anymore. When R looks on Julie, his heart, which has been dead for a long time, starts to beat again. The next morning, when Julie has woken up, she expresses her hunger and asks the zombie to bring her some food. R then asks her to stay inside the plane, while he goes outside and finds her some food. After R leaves the plane, Julie takes advantage of this situation to escape from that place. But unfortunately, she sees that there is a group of zombies outside who are wandering outside. When Julie is hiding, R appears out of nowhere and saves her from the zombies again. Once they have returned to the plane, Julie is given food and a bottle of drink. Julie is fascinated by the zombie's kindness, then tries to ask his name. Due to the fact that he can only say the letter R, Julie decides to refer to him as R. Julie then asks him to release her from that place. But because he likes her, he comes up with a variety of reasons to hold her back. He claims that it was unsafe to be outside and that she must remain for a few days in order for the other zombies to forget about her. Julie is truly amazed by R because he is able to communicate unlike the other zombies. During those few days, the two of them spend their time together. When Julie is sleeping, R eats the last pieces of Perry's brain that he has kept. However, because his brain has rotted, he sees a bad incident where Perry is about to save Julie, but R kills him instead. As a result, R spits out the brain after seeing the incident. He feels sorry for killing someone Julie loves. But when he looks back, he is surprised to find that Julie has run away and is blocked by his zombie friends. When Zombie M attempts to eat Julie, R suddenly comes and hits him. Julie explains that she has been stayed for far too long and must return home. Zombie M, who sees R befriending a human, becomes angry and tells R to eat her. The commotion then provokes the arrival of the Bonies, and the two of them then run from there. When they are both cornered by Bonies, M suddenly comes and hits the zombies. M comes to save them because he knows that R likes that woman. They then go to the place where R and his friends used to gather. When they get there, R shows his friends that he truly loves Julie. It makes the other zombies' hearts melt, and as a result, they let them go. Not only that, it seems that R and Julie's relationship has touched the hearts of these zombies, causing their dead hearts to now beat again. Not long after, a group of Bonies approaches them. Bonies know that M and other zombies have worked together to save R and Julie. This causes Bonies to become angry and plan to attack the human place. At the same time, Julie and R, who have left the airport, stop at an empty house that has been evacuated by Julie's father. Inside the house, they found a Polaroid camera and take pictures of each other inside the house. When Julie is about to go to bed, she asks R to sleep with her. She's worried that another zombie will enter and attack them. Not long after, they are surprised by the patrol armies who are passing through the area. Even though Julie can see her father, she hasn't come out to meet him because she is concerned about R and fears that the armies will kill him. R then tries to tell Julie the truth, claiming that he is the one who killed her boyfriend. This makes Julie sad and disappointed because it turns out that her boyfriend was killed by a zombie who saved her. For the first time in a long time, R experiences what it's like to fall asleep and dream again. He dreams of finding Julie, Perry, and Nora. In his dream, R hopes to be with Julie. But Perry replies that R can't be with her, because he has eaten her boyfriend. The following morning, R just realizes that Julie has left him. This makes R very sad, and he feels sorry for what he has done before. Maybe this is the last time he will be able to feel and enjoy how beautiful it is to live as a normal human. The two of them decide to forget everything that has happened between them before. And Julie eventually makes it back home to the border wall, where she meets her father, who is worried about her. Meanwhile, R can finally reunite with his best friend, M, as well as his zombie friends. R tells M that Julie is already living happily with her family and other normal people. M then tells R that they were able to dream again last night for the first time. However, it seems that there is one big problem that R must know, and that is the fact that bony zombies have planned an attack on the human place. As a result, R plans to sneak into the human place with the assistance of M and his other zombie friends in order to inform Julie of the evil zombies' plans. They then gather good zombies to help humans in their battle against the Bonies. When they are about to head to the border town, R tells his friends to wait in the stadium. Following that, R goes alone to the city. He begins to explore the secret path that Perry and Julie have traveled before, armed with memories from Perry's brain. Meanwhile, Julie is telling Nora what has happened to her. She says that she missed the zombie who has saved her life. Nora, who hears this, feels strange and makes fun of her. Later that night, Julie, who cannot sleep, goes out and gets some fresh air on the balcony of her house. But she is surprised by the presence of R, who has already showed up in front of her house. Julie immediately comes down and hugs him. Moreover, when Julie hugs him, she can feel the warmth from his body. Julie then takes him inside the house so that no one else will know about R's presence. Nora is very confused when she sees R for the first time. According to her, the zombies will emit an unpleasant smell, but R appears to be different from other zombies. R then tells the purpose for his arrival, stating that evil zombies have planned an attack on the city. Julie, upon hearing this, plans to meet R with her father even though it doesn't seem easy. Since R's appearance still looks like a zombie, Julie and Nora decide to change his appearance so that he appears more like a normal human. At that moment, there are a large number of Bonies running towards the border town to begin their attack. During this time, the three of them go to Colonel Grigio, Julie's father. It looks like her father and the armies are getting ready to fight because they are aware of Bonies' arrival. Julie then tries to explain to her father that there are zombies who still have hope of being cured, but her father doesn't believe that stupid thing. R then decides to reveal the truth about himself. When Colonel Grigio finds out that R is a zombie, the colonel immediately points a gun at him. Nora, on the other hand, has pointed a gun at Colonel Grigio and tells them both to get out of there. Since their plan has failed, Julie and R decide to warn the other zombie friends. After arriving at the stadium, how surprised they are to see the large number of zombies that have been gathered by M. Zombie M tells R and Julie that zombie friends are ready to help humans in their fight against the Bonies. Not long after Bonies arrive, M orders R to go and protect Julie, even if R has to sacrifice his own life. M and other zombies manage to hold off the Bonies. But unfortunately, some of the Bonies manage to escape and immediately begin chasing after the two of them. R tries everything he can to protect Julie from the zombies with all of his strength. As Colonel Grigio's armies arrive at the stadium, they are confused when they see the zombies fighting against the other zombies. But they begin to realize that M and the others can help them in defeating the evil zombie army. At the same time, Colonel Grigio is on his way to look for Julie. He gets informed by his armies that they are fighting against the evil zombies with the help of M and the others. Meanwhile, R and Julie have been cornered and have run out of options for escaping. Since R has promised M that he will protect Julie with his life, he has no other choice but to hug Julie and jump into the swimming pool below them. Julie, who manages to survive, thinks that R has drowned. She then pulls R, and luckily R also survives. The two of them kiss each other in the pool, and at the same time, R's pupils look back to normal. However, he is suddenly shot in the chest, and it is done by Julie's father. At that point, the two of them have been surrounded by soldiers. From the gunshot wound, R bleeds from his body, which proves that R is no longer a bullet-immune zombie. In the end, Colonel Grigio now truly believes that the zombies have an opportunity to turn into normal humans again. Therefore, Colonel Grigio, who doesn't expect the incident, immediately changes the battle strategy. From the new strategy, we can see that the good zombies and army forces are working together against the Bonies, and the evil zombies are finally being defeated and exterminated. In the end, humanity is now starting to live together with good zombies. They believe that one day these zombies will be able to heal themselves. In addition, Marcus alias M now also has a special person in his life. Over time, now the other zombies have fully transformed into humans. Plus, R, who has become a normal human, begins a love relationship with Julie. The film ends with the Great Barrier Wall being demolished. Love can heal even the dead. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful movie recaps. And tell us in the comments, would you trust a zombie with your life? If this story moved you, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. More powerful movie recaps are just one click away.